I mean, it's hard too, right? Like defense for, the sales manager who's got, two SDRs, three SDRs, two AEs, couple of account managers, like that individual has a very broad role. I empathize with that person because like just to get, Apollo, Outreach, Salesforce, et cetera, like all that set up is like a full-time job. To build your process for how do you prospect, how do you do this, how do you do that is a full-time job. To build the process for how do you close, how do you, how are you running a demo, right? How are you running a discovery call? How do you navigate? How do you choose when? Like it's a super broad role. And I think one thing that we've seen in the last few years is that, like to your point about even email deliverability, I remember having a fight with our CTO and I was like, hey, this is your department. He's like, no, it's not code. I'm not touching it. I don't understand email deliverability. And I was like, but it's zeros and ones. Like you should know this. You should figure it out. He's like, nah, this is a soft skill for you salespeople. Go figure it out. And like email deliverability, who in an organization touches that? I think everything within the sales is you have these very general, like broad people with very broad roles because it's kind of sales manager can be kind of a catch-all. And it's really hard to have that very, very specific deep knowledge on email deliverability or AI or, how to do this. And so people don't necessarily have the time to think and develop. Like I think of these things all the time, but I also had the luxury of being a salesperson for 10 years and then starting a tech company and having two tech companies grow and fail on me. Like that's incredible experience that hurts when I think about it too much, but it was like founder university. And in that time, like I made so many mistakes around not talking to customers and not understanding like how like deeply who my real ideal customer profile was that like, yeah, unless you're in those positions, when you get to learn this stuff.
That's true. And to also stick up, and I agree with a lot of those things, but to also stick up for the SDRs as well, they're not really incentivized to do this. They're incentivized to do their 10 meetings and they want to get on a fast track to get to the big leagues and close real deals and be an account executive. And their tenure just is really not that long to be an SDR and to really get good at SDRing. They basically all are incentivized to one day become an account executive. And there's not a whole lot of compounding knowledge that gets put into the role within the organization.
Mm-hmm. It's also a challenging role. Like I totally
That's true.
there.